Hey Internet, it's RJ. Welcome back. Thanks for tuning into the show today. Now, today's episode, we have $100 up for grabs. Comes of Janus, Henderson, which runs an investment firm, and they have a brokerage bonus for us to take a look at. So, in typical fashion, we'll talk about this offer, terms and conditions, eligibility, everything you need to know to make their money become your money. So, of course, if that sounds interesting to you, then go ahead, press the subscribe button, and let's get to work. Now, as always, you have a direct offer link down below, not a referral, just get you where you need to go the fastest, as well as an accompanying blog post. I haven't done this one myself. I'm borderline on it. You'll see when we get through it here. We'll spend some time talking about it, but let's get right to work here, starting with our promotional material, or lack thereof. While it is a cool photo, it reminds me of Mac OS had a screensaver like this one time for Catalina or something. I can't remember which one it was. Whatever it was, that's what it reminds me of. But there's no happy people, so no good there. But let's just keep going here. What do we need to do? Well, pretty simple. Open a new brokerage account, deposit $100 within 30 days of opening, and then set up monthly recurring deposits of $50, and then maintain that for 720 days, which is about 2 years that you're going to have to keep that going. Now, you can't change the balance from what I understand. So even like that $100, I don't believe you can actually withdraw it until like your 2-year period is up. Now the bonus itself posts within 30 days of the initial deposit, and there is no end date listed on this one. And you can see right there is why I'm kind of on the fence about this one. It's a trek, man. It's a trek to get there. Now, from what I've read in the comment section of like Doctor, where this was originally posted, is that $100 does post pretty quickly. Like once your transaction settles, your initial $100 just settles, it does post like about in a day or two later, which is nice. I just don't believe you can actually pull it out. But other than that, it's fairly straightforward. Now we're going to go into eligibility, fees, and closure in a second. But one note here, there's not a lot. You can see the promo page because we've got a link to it down below. There's not a ton of details on it. What they do is they're referencing, once you sign up, they send you a quote contract, which I think they just mean the terms and conditions, and all the stuff is in there, which means I didn't necessarily read these for myself because I haven't done this one yet. So I'm pulling a lot of this from what others have written because there's actually not really a mention of it. I don't believe on the promo page that you have to leave it in there for 2 years or keep the recurring deposit going. So others have tried or gotten to that point and then aborted because they didn't like the 2 years. I've been pulling from those comments. So just worth noting, we're not as fully vetted as we would normally like to be, but I trust the commenters. Of course, just read it for yourself. You're more than capable, and it should be fine. So that disclaimer aside, let's jump into it here. Eligibility, fees, and closure. All I know is that it's nationwide. I think these guys have been around for some time. I don't know they've been doing like consumer accounts. I don't think anyone would actually have a brokerage through these guys. I didn't see a fee schedule. They have some different funds I think you can invest in, and of course those may or may not have fees, but I didn't see it just an outright like, hey, it's this much per year or something like that. Didn't find anything like that. And of course, there's no closure rule that I could see. However, you're going to be here for 2 years anyways, so whatever. Not the biggest deal in the world, I guess. So this is an interesting one because on one hand, it's easy and it does pay quickly. It pays, right, and the money is invested. On the other hand, it's kind of just the 2-year commitment, right? It's kind of just more the principle of it, I think, that's bothering me. Because one thing is just my opinion. One thing I think a lot of us, myself included, get wrong with these brokerage bonuses is that, we just really want the money, of course. And the brokerage ones were generally like, hey, that's too much money deposited for not enough returns. Usually a common comment I get. But on the same hand, as long as the money's invested, then it's supposed to be just a little bit extra. The problem you run into is that, generally just investing for 30, 60, 90 days, whatever it is, isn't going to yield you that high of return. So then, sometimes you feel like it was wasted, and I get it. But with this one, the super long runway and only $50, it's not like you're just having that much money, $1,200 by the time it's all said and done, just sitting in a checking or savings account. It's still invested. You could choose something super simple and safe if you wanted. I don't know what they have exactly, but usually places like this have tiers. So I'm still thinking about doing it. I don't think it's that bad. I think it's more so just the annoyance of it, again, because the money is invested, not just sitting there. I think we tend to talk about these things like, well, the money's just sitting there, which is not an accurate telling of it. If you didn't want to do this one, I would totally understand, because again, the 2 years is just kind of like a middle finger. But, you know, at the same time, I get it. I think this is one of their first forays into like consumer banking. Perhaps I could be wrong. I don't look too far into these companies, and you know, they just want to make sure we're not doing smash and grabs. And considering the smash and grabs that we do, I can't even really be mad at them for making this a requirement, honestly. My only real knock is I wish they would give you more money for the 2 years, but you know, again, it's only $100 opening deposit. So, you know, overall, I'm thinking about doing it. I just haven't done it yet. I should probably just make myself do it after I finish taping this. So anyways, those are my 2 cents on it. Let me know what you think down below. I'm sure the comments will be a lively section for this one. So let's close up here, doing the summary slide, and then plug some stuff. So target, Janus Henderson investment. You want a brokerage account. This is, of course, nationwide. Payout $100. Your requirements, the first one, pretty easy. Deposit $100 within 30 days of opening. Now set up the monthly recurring deposit of $50 for 2 years. I assume you should set it up on their side. You also might want to go out a little bit and make sure you set an end date so it just doesn't keep going in perpetuity, which is probably what they hope that will happen. And maybe set a reminder for yourself or something. Fees, there are none that I saw, at least, and then closure, shut it down in 2 years' time. Of course, the caveat with this one is when they send you over the documents, just do a review yourself, because I don't have them in front of me, so we're not super vetted as we normally are. But there you go. It's $100. But if this one isn't for you, or you're super non-committal like myself, well then check out profitablecontent.com, which is the channel's blog, always linked down below for you and on the channel homepage. Over there, of course, read the latest news stories. We have plenty of bank promotions, some brokerage ones, none of them of which make you wait 2 years. I've never seen 2 years. All of ours are short-term, swipe left, swipe right offers, smash and grabs, if you will. And of course, we have credit card offers as well, which never make you wait that long. Even on the churn, I think you could churn a Freedom card faster than you could get through this, but hey, we got them all for you. Since we did end early, you know, if you're looking to get in on the action when it happens, well, then consider becoming a channel member. It's a Discord server shared between this channel and the main channel. The join button down below will tell you more, but basically it's $5 a month, cancel anytime. The gist of it is to assemble some of the best bonus hunters in the game, to find offers just like this, to refer one another, swap data points, and of course to use member links in videos and blog posts. Of course, this one does not have a referral, but if it did, well, we could, you know, plug the member link there. The member gets to keep all of that money. Now, the gist of it is, you know, your membership will just be paid for through referrals, either earned within the group or through videos or blog posts or what have you. Then anything else you earn, well, you get to keep all of it. It's, you know, considered extra. So, you know, we're about 100 member. We just crossed the 100 member mark over there. So we definitely love to see you over there if you are interested. But anyways, guys, that'll do it for this one. So, of course, if you liked it, drop me a thumbs up down below. If you found it particularly interesting, consider subscribing to the channel. We're posting content just like this every single week on how to make the bank's money become your money, of course, every single day over on profitablecontent.com. As always, thanks so much for watching. I'll talk to you very soon in the next one.